All right, welcome to episode 7 of Stream Roulette. Laughing because we already started 20 minutes of the episode and didn't hit record. So here we are.
Hello.
Steph's here. We're doing pieces of her. So let's get back into it. Let's recreate that 20 minutes of magic.
Welcome to Stream Roulette. I'm Steph Broadbridge and I'm here with Daniel Towns. Hey Daniel, how you going?
Good. How are you, Steph?
I'm very well.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
I know. It's been a while.
It has. How's your week been?
It's been all right. I've had some interesting gigs. I did one yesterday at a retirement village.
Oh, really?
Because it's Seniors Week.
Is it Seniors Week?
Yeah.
I must have missed that this year.
So we've got a bunch of seniors concerts where we go around New South Wales and perform, and the call time was 9:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's crazy. Where was it?
This one was in Shell Harbour.
Because I think I did that one last year.
Yeah,
like in a club.
Yeah, like
upstairs.
a civic theatre, I think.
Yeah. I think I did that. I did a bunch of those seniors gigs.
You do well in the seniors gigs.
I did have a good.
Yeah,
I had a good time. I was the MC and I was just really loose. And,
they'd like you because you got a twinkle in your eye, and they'd be like, "You remind me of my grandson."
I even remember at one stage I walked onto the stage like in between acts. I was on with Dave Williams and Sean Woodland.
Yeah.
And when Sean got off, because it was such a long walk from the back of the room to the stage, I walked so slowly. Like I knew the applause was going to stop. So I just took my time getting there and I said, sorry, I just walked that slow because I wanted to have something relatable for you all.
That's great.
Yeah, like I just played with them. But I do that in like nice suburbs and, like, I don't know, I can poke people and...
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Yeah.
You get away with it.
I like doing that.
We went the other route. We sucked up hardcore.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All of us just sucked up.
How many?
There was Dave Williams was on again.
Yeah, right.
Andrew Barnett was hosting and Gary Eck was the headliner.
That's a good lineup.
Yeah, except I was an odd choice because I work a little blue. So that was a challenge because it had to be clean.
Yeah.
But I wasn't clean.
Yeah. Well,
I flirted with all the men.
Did you?
I told them I brought enough Viagra for everybody.
Oh, they would have loved that. They would have loved that. They would have been in there. Yeah, right.
But it was so fun. Like, it's funny because, like, you think, an old person crowd, they're going to be all, like, reserved. But I reckon they're better than young crowds.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'd take a retirement village over 20-year-old woke.
Well, it's almost
Baes.
insulting to them, like, not to hear it. Like, I get it. They don't want to hear.
They've lived the life.
Yeah, they don't want to hear every word and they don't want to hear, I was packing this chair.
Yeah, you don't want to be smutty.
Yeah, but, like, they can handle...
Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've lived a full life. The weirdest gig I did for one of those things, it was actually in a retirement village in like Ashfield or something. And that was like in the middle of the day. Like it was like an 11 o'clock call time and it was one of those gated communities and it was me. Who else was on with? I can't remember, but it was odd. It was in like a conference type room. It's probably their bingo room or something,
Yeah. It's like really bright.
I've had alright gigs. I was in where did I go on the weekend? I was with Tommy Dean. Oh no, I was in Parks. I had a good drive. Right?
Yeah?
Yeah, there wasn't. As soon as we
Parks, how far's that?
it's like 100 k's past Dubbo.
Oof.
So it was like with stops and everything, it was 6 hours. The map says 4.5, but it was 6.
Like you stayed overnight?
Yeah.
Did you get your own room?
Yeah, we did, but it was
nice.
at the venue, like because it's a tiny town. So we stayed at the hotel, like at the pub kind of thing upstairs. Shared bathroom, so I didn't go to the bathroom
God.
all night in something that wasn't the sink in my room.
It's so glamorous comedy, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
such a glamorous job.
There was nothing to mush this. I'm kidding. I'm totally sorry. That was disgusting. No. I just thought, all right, I'm not going. Like I didn't shower as soon as I got there, and I saw that. But it's how's this for depressing? It's just, like because the people that run things, they're meant to like. And like I'm so glad they didn't tell us this before we left Sydney, but when we got there and like they didn't advertise it, there'd been a mix-up with the date, so there'd been a few fuck-ups, but then as soon as we get there, they're like, yeah, we've only sold 12 tickets.
Oh.
And it's like, oh, we just drove 6 hours. And then, like, just before the show's about to start, I'm like, can we get that spotlight on? And it's like, oh, no, the spotlight's not working at the moment and the DJ's not coming in tonight, so we're just going to have to do it like this with all the lights on. And it was just so quiet. Like, it was fine. Like, it was nice. They were good people that enjoyed what we gave them, but it wasn't
but that's so far.
Oh, and it's not just that, but it's also that it really ruins it makes it feel cheap. Like, it makes you look cheap, and it makes the venue look cheap, and it makes the people that are there watching it feel like they're experiencing something cheap.
Yeah. And it goes from being like a show to being a job.
But apparently the one before was great. Like, the month before was great.
Great.
Yeah.
I love when that's every shit gig I've ever done is like, oh man, last week was great though.
Oh yeah, you should have been here last month.
Yeah.
There's a few people that are great at that. Oh yeah, you should have been here.
Yeah, I did a show last night. I hosted a show to 3 people.
Oh wow.
And I was like,
Just
okay,
we're for the comedy festival.
Yeah, this is going ahead. Yep, okay. We're not gonna. All right, so 3 people, and they were like, oh, last month was great. Always. I'm like, yeah, cool, but like it's tonight, and it's 3 people.
Yeah.
And it was 3 people that were friends with one of the comics, so that's 0 people in my book.
Zero. Yeah, that's harder.
That's not a show.
Especially like you got to put that person on last so they don't leave.
Yeah, we did lose. We lost 1 in the break. They
Really?
insisted on a break, and so the second half did it to 2. But wow, they were nice.
Well, they can be. Like, but it's just, I mean, as long as you make them part of it and are aware of, I think the biggest problem, I don't know, I have a lot of experiences with small crowds, but as long as you can make them feel comfortable and they know that you know.
Yeah, well, at the end, I was like, I didn't even realize I'd said it till they left, but I was like, oh, it was really nice to meet you. And I'm like, that's not what you should say to an audience. That's just a chat.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it should have been like,
that's just drinks with friends.
It's hard to end those ones as well because there's never like a big, big belly laugh or a big, it's just like, all right, there. So.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Ah, man. Anyway.
I got to go to Orange this weekend.
Ooh.
All my gigs this month are out of town. And you know what? I feel like it's been raining since we've started doing this podcast.
It has.
Like, pretty much.
It hasn't stopped raining.
This Stream Roulette podcast where so far we haven't even discussed.
What perfect weather for watching TV shows, though.
No, it really is. It's actually a very moody weather, isn't it? Perfect for this week's show.
Yes.
I would say Pieces of Her.
Pieces of Her.
What'd you think?
I love it.
Even though you don't like Toni Collette?
I hate Toni Collette.
Yeah.
In this, I forgot it was Toni Collette.
Really?
Which just proves she's a good actress.
Why did you forget?
Because she's just very good in it.
To me, she's the same person that she was in Unbelievable or whatever. Like, she plays she plays herself, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm watching her and it just feels like I'm watching Toni Collette act.
Yeah, okay.
But in this one, I was like, oh, she's just really good.
Like, I think it's great.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. Like, it's very slow.
Is it?
Like, to me, it is. Like,
they're long.
Yeah, they are long.
They're like an hour each.
Yeah, and I feel like not much is... Like, I watched 7 of them.
Okay, that's heaps.
Yeah. Because I started it, I'd already done 3, So I did 7. So I think I've only got the one more. And look, there's some great twists in it. There's some good... Like, it's definitely good TV, and it's definitely well above a lot of the other muck.
Yeah, especially for... well, I mean, I know it's not technically an Australian production, but it is filmed in Australia.
Is it really?
Most of it, yeah. And it's 2 Australian lead actresses.
Really?
And also David Williams is in it as well.
Is he really?
Yeah, he plays the bad guy.
When does Gary Sweet come in?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, fuck, who's missing?
He plays a cop.
Like, seriously, who else is missing? What other celebrities do we roll out?
If you haven't seen it, I'll just read the little blurb.
Oh, yeah.
So, Pieces of Her. It's based on a novel by Karen Slaughter, and it follows mother and daughter, Laura and Andrea, as a violent attack in their quiet town proves Laura's past is back to haunt them with a vengeance.
Yeah, and it really is, isn't it?
Yeah.
But is it Karen Slaughter or Karen's Laughter? Anyway, until you read that plot line, because in my head I'm like, I know I like it, but there's a part of me that's like, what's it even about? And it's like, oh yeah, that's right. Like, she's got the big secret from her daughter. Like how it opens with her daughter, like in the cop uniform, and
yes,
the mum, you know.
In the cafe for her birthday, her 30th birthday,
and the
I think.
daughter's carrying down, but she's just police admin. She's not actually a cop.
She answers the phone.
How many episodes did you do?
I started on episode 6, so about halfway through episode 6.
So did you see the flashback scene and you go, oh, that's where she got that thing from that she did in episode 1?
Yeah.
Oh, you've seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Cool.
It's tricky with this one to not do spoilers, and we did promise that we wouldn't.
Well, we're doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, no, I know. But it's tricky. I'm like trying to tiptoe around because I'm like, what can I say that will give it? Because I mean, yeah, it is. I think it's really good.
Yeah, no, so do I. How many seasons are there? Or is it
I think it's just the one.
One and done?
Yeah.
Well, I'll finish it. I'm not going to get a veto out of it, unfortunately, because time's up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
I need to know how it ends.
I do feel like it was very slow though. Like it looks good. It was shot well. Like it was all. Like, yeah, the acting's great. I thought.
Oh, the acting was incredible, and the script as well, and just like some of the choices they made was so clever. I thought. Yeah. Like just how they created the characters. I mean, this is getting very like I know things, but
no, that's all right. We can pretend.
But like,
we can pretend.
Well, there was like one moment in the first episode where the daughter's stacking the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And the mum like turns the fork around like in this really kind of passive aggressive mother way, and that was such a clever way to demonstrate their relationship.
Yeah.
It was just little things like that, and then also like they did like a CGI thing because the mum had breast cancer.
Yeah, right.
Did you see that scene?
I saw the scene, but I didn't see the CGI.
I mean, Toni Collette hasn't got one breast removed with a scar, so I'm assuming that was CGI. Okay. And then like they could have, if it was like a sitcom or like one of those, you know, American trashy dramas, they just would have been like, I had breast cancer, but they went to the effort of having that scene.
Yeah, or doing makeup to make
or the makeup or whatever.
Probably would have taken 8 hours.
Exactly. Like just so that moment was more organic. And I'm like, choices like that made it really good for me.
I did like the relationship between her and her daughter.
Yeah,
like,
it was real.
It was very tense, and you know, like because you didn't know and you wanted the daughter to know what was going on, but then at the same time it's like, come on, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
it's 30.
Yeah, like stop being such a little, you know. But then she does start to grow up a little bit, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Towards, as it goes on. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it finishes. But see, that's the thing with this. And that's one thing actually I did realise because I've continued on with Mum, as we both know.
Yes.
In the off time. And it got to the point now with Amanda where it's like, you know what, like there's 8 seasons of this. She's not going to want to watch all of it.
No.
She's going to be happy to just jump in wherever I'm up to if I'm watching something. And I finished the first season and they handled a heavy subject in the way that you wanted them to.
Aww. Good on you, Mum.
Yeah. Tip Top's the one. No, they did. Like, it wasn't just like, and it was a running thing over. It's still going in season 2.
Okay.
Kind of thing. Like, it wasn't.
All right.
I think maybe now, like, looking at it, the jokes are like all the jokes about the alcoholism and the sluttiness and all that kind of stuff that they make, like, they're self-deprecating towards themselves.
Yeah.
The serious thing that happens is with the daughter, the youngest one.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because
like, she's not a comedian character.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and like, so when that comes, and it ends on a real like, oh, you know, like it's a real kind of like, oh. Like, obviously, it's a fucking formulaic sitcom that ends on a, you know.
Yeah, I like that though.
Trope. But I was watching and I was like, oh, here's what Steph wanted. It only took 22 episodes, but here's what you wanted.
Finally, someone's listening to me.
Have you seen that website? Like, I think it's tvtropes.org or like whatever.
It rings a bell.
Oh, just what you were saying before about the fork or whatever it was in the dishwasher. Like, there's all the things on there that like, and there's ways you can do it in film to establish, like if you want to have the audience to perceive someone as bad or nasty or whatever you're seeing them do something mean to a child or an animal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they're just being nasty to a kid or an animal. Or on the flip side, if you want them to be good, to be seen as good and wholesome, they're...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
oh, right. So there's like a whole thing of those.
Oh, the website's fascinating and all this
I
stuff.
would love that.
Oh, you would? I think, tvtropes.org. Like, but if you look in there, it's got like, it's like a Wikipedia for TV tropes.
But that'll ruin TV shows.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
But then you forget it all. Like, all I remember now is the domain name.
Yeah, true. While we're on the subject of like things in the show that were like little, like this one really annoyed me in this show.
Yeah.
Again, first episode, because they'd gone to so much effort of like doing all those finite detail stuff.
Yeah.
So, the Toni Collette's character, the mum, she has an altercation with someone which leaves her injured.
Yeah.
And she's hiding her injury from the police.
Yeah.
And she has a scarf tied around her neck.
Oh, yeah.
But she had one hand.
Yeah.
Because her hand was stabbed through the middle, like the day before.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how did she tie that scarf with one hand?
The wardrobe person did. No,
But that's what I mean.
No, I know, but maybe like.
But it was an important plot point because it was hiding an injury.
Yeah, no,
and I'm
totally.
like, why did the police not notice that? That should have been the first thing they noticed.
Maybe they're just not good cops.
But is that part of the story though? Because I don't think that
know.
is part of the story.
I like how she rolled out and went, I'm ready to make a statement now to the media. Like,
yeah, that was
she's
great.
a boss, isn't she?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
She's a real badass.
Oh yeah, you want to be her.
Yeah. She doesn't take
As
it.
female
You don't want to be her
characters go.
daughter.
No.
Not knowing where you stand. So I think you'd recommend it
I would definitely recommend it. Yeah.
and you're going to finish it.
I'm actually curious to read the book.
Oh, right. Oh, that's right, because it's based on a book, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Have you started Wallander?
What's that?
Remember? You can't even remember. Remember Young Wallander?
Oh yeah.
Last episode you said you wanted to watch Wallander.
I do want to watch Wallander. I just can't deal with all this drama. It's so much drama
There is
all
a
at
lot of
once.
drama.
I can only deal with one person's drama at a time, fictional or real. I don't know.
Well, how much easier is it now? We're only doing one show and we can actually like watch more episodes, and because like I
so
felt,
much easier.
I don't know about you, but I felt like with the other ones, the one I liked the most, I watched the most of. So like if it was like. So, like, I'd watch 6 or 7 or 8 episodes of that one.
Yeah.
Or, like, finish a season or get close to finishing
Yeah.
seasons. And the ones that I thought were okay to be 1 or 2 max. And you can't really form an opinion on anything like that, where at least is this, if something's 8 episodes, whether I like it or hate it, if it's the only thing I've got to watch,
Yeah.
I'll watch more of it.
Totally.
And then it's probably easier to...
Remember.
And talk about...
I couldn't remember them. That was the thing. All 3 were like, because we were at the point where like 3 of them were so similar.
Yeah.
It's like 3 crime dramas featuring women roles. And you're like, which one was which again?
All right, how's this? I will give you right now a free veto if within 10 seconds you can name the 3 shows from episode 3.
Episode 3. Thanks so much for listening to the episode, guys. We'd love to know what you think of the TV shows that we're reviewing, so you can hit us up on any of the social media platforms. It's Stream Roulette Podcast. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.
And feel free to let us know what you think of our show too. Like, don't just hold back on the TV shows. And if you really like the show, we've also got a Patreon where we're putting out 2 bonus episodes a month. And it's in the same lane, but it's called Guilty Pleasures. So instead of letting them choose, Steph will choose a show that she loves secretly that I haven't seen, and vice versa. And we have to subject the other one to watch that. So if that seems like something you'd be into, check out the Patreon. That's just Stream Roulette over on the old Patreon website.
And don't you have a podcast coming up?
I do, actually. I'm bringing mine back out. That's the Daniel Towns podcast. So thank you for letting me throw that in there. And also, if you are enjoying this Stream Roulette podcast with myself and Steph, please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes, because that's how these things grow and climb, and that's what we're here for. But anyway, this is enough of this. Let's get back to the episode, shall we?
Done.
All right, how's this? I will give you right now a free veto if within 10 seconds you can name the 3 shows from episode 3.
Episode 3. Episode 3 was Blind Spot.
Oh, hang on, I got to check. Don't keep talking. You got 10 seconds.
Chicago Med and Mum, wasn't it?
Episode 3 was In From the Cold,
Damn!
Sweet Magnolias, and
I did
the
episode
woman in the
2.
house across the street from the girl in the window. Yeah, what did you say? Blind Spot, Mum, and Chicago Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2.
Damn.
You did well. I'm impressed that you got them all in one.
Oh, it's because I did the artwork.
Yeah.
I was
well,
picturing the artwork.
okay, well, that's a good. I'm still glad you didn't get it, because a free veto, that would have been That would have been, that could have screwed me. You could have vetoed the next show, which you may or may not enjoy, depending on. Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah, what's the next one?
Do you want to know what the next one is?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a.
Is it a. Oh, no, you're going.
Hang on, let me dig it out. Here we go. It is called. It's well. Firstly, just by the name of it, you're going to know that it's in your favourite genre. It's called Undercover.
Yep.
Two star-crossed lovers. No, I'm kidding. That would be undercovers. The lines begin to blur for a pair of undercover cops as they try to infiltrate a drug kingpin's operation by posing as a couple and moving in next door.
Oh, please tell me it's a comedy.
It's not. There's 3 seasons, but I do get the impression that it's maybe Dutch.
And subtitles.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. But, but when it came up, it was definitely like, I'm like, all right, this is German or Dutch. And just looking at this photo here I took of the screen with that synopsis on, the creator's name is Nico Molenaar with 2 O's and 2 A's.
It's something.
So that sounds Dutch to me. And Belgian. It says right fucking under it.
Belgian.
It says right under it. There you go. And it's a crime program.
A Belgian crime program.
So that's where we're going next week. How do you feel about that?
I can't wait.
No vetoes either. I don't even know how many episodes are in the seasons. How do you feel about that?
Oh, it feels like the episodes are going to be really long.
I hope. Yeah. Yeah, if it's European, they might be like BBC length, like 55, 56. Let's see how we go.
Maybe it's amazing.
Do you know what I am? Well, that's true too.
Maybe it's the greatest show ever, even though I've never heard of it and it's from Belgium.
Well, that's true, but hey, we'd never heard of.
They do great waffles. They do amazing chocolate.
Apparently.
And crime thrillers, probably.
Hopefully. Where was the girl with the dragon tattoo? Oh, no, that was Sweden, wasn't
That was
it?
Swedish.
Yeah, right. You know what else I've liked about this, reducing it down to one show?
What?
Having time now to actually watch
Other things?
things that I choose to watch.
Yeah, right.
Because like initially when we started with the 3 shows, it's like, all right, is it one going to be enough for us to fill the time? And then, but when you're doing that, I didn't, like each show is at least a night. So if you're chucking gigs, if you got 5 gigs that week or 6 gigs, like when are you watching it? You know, like it just got time-wise, whereas this is so much more manageable. And then, just being able to watch.
Other things.
Like Amanda's been watching that Byron Baes or whatever it's called.
Oh, yes. I haven't seen it, but I've heard that it's trashy in all the right ways.
Oh, yeah, she says it's
She's
so
into
bad.
that stuff?
She's it's so bad, but it's good. She's like, they're just, it's unbelievable. Yeah.
My sister gets into all those types of shows.
Because I might start watching some of those.
Yeah?
Now, well, why not? Because I don't know what else to watch. Like, where you going, buddy? All the other shows I've like, I don't know. I've still got to catch up on Ozark. You know, like all these dramas. Like, I don't know. I just want something easy.
Yeah, you want something you can watch while also playing Candy Crush.
So how's that going?
Not great.
Really? When are you timed out for 15 minutes?
I've tried to remove my credit card from Facebook because it was becoming a problem.
How much of a problem are we talking about? How many zeros?
3?
Shut up.
What?
Like we're talking...
Over all of time?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. All right. How much time are we talking about?
Like, I've been playing them for a few years.
I mean, well, fuck, that's a lot of money on Candy Crush.
Yeah.
That's a real saga.
There was 2 lockdowns in my defense.
Yeah, like that to me was always a game that I'd play like on the toilet. You know, like it's just quick.
Yeah, I like playing it while I'm watching something.
But then I find there's too much going on.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
like,
pieces of her you couldn't watch. Like I went to the bathroom and came back and had to like rewind it because I'd missed something. Like,
some of these shows,
yeah.
you have to pay
but like
attention.
you can watch Mum and play Candy Crush.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And not miss anything.
Yeah, because they're also a bit louder. They hit you over the head with things. There's no subtlety.
Yeah, and if you miss a bit, you're not gonna you don't need to know what's happening for the next episode.
Yeah, and there's another laugh coming in 15 seconds or whatever. Whereas, these ones, these narrative dramas or whatever.
But I feel like that's what a lot of people want now, right? They want something they can watch while they're doing 10 other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why TikTok's so bloody popular now, isn't it?
That's why podcasts are so popular now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Why isn't ours? I'm kidding.
We're killing it.
I'm kidding. I was just being self-deprecating. We are absolutely crushing it. Nice. But what do you got coming up this week then?
Well, more retirement villages.
Oh, really?
Yes,
You're
I'm doing the
your-
circuit.
You're doing your seniors,
I've
right?
got Newcastle, Cronulla,
Yeah, nice.
Penrith. So that's going to be fun. What about you?
What have I got? Yeah, Orange. I'm going to Orange. I got something in Warriewood on the beaches.
Oh, yeah, we're both doing that, I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So that should be all right.
That'll be fun.
But you never know.
That's at
sometimes.
nighttime.
That's nighttime gigs are good. But you know what? I actually don't mind daytime gigs. Like if I can do a gig and be done by 11 or 12, like...
Yeah, it was good. It was good being done, but then I had another one that night and I was so tired.
Oh, yeah,
because I'd
that's
been
hard.
up since 5:30.
I don't like having to wait. Like in Melbourne, sometimes you'll finish your show at like, say, 9. And then you do hi-fi or whatever it's called now, the late night.
Yeah.
And that starts at 11:15, but it's usually 11:45 because it's late. You get on at 12:30.
Yeah.
But all the adrenaline's gone from your show.
Yep.
Like if I do 2 in a night, I want to do them. Like I like rushing to the next venue, and just getting straight on stage.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, you don't want time to.
Yeah, my festival show's at 11:30, so that's going
Hey.
to be fun.
Come here, buddy. Oscar, it's all right, buddy. Come here. Hey. He's having a little tantrum. Someone's out in the hallway. There you go. It's all right. He's just doing his job. He's very cute. I'll hold
So
him.
cute.
I'll hold him up for the video. Here he is. Come here, buddy.
Wow.
Come here, buddy. Come on. All right. He doesn't want to come too close. Come on. He doesn't know what's going on. He's like, what are all these? What is this? What's this camera? What's this? What's all this other shit going on? Do you think you could? I can't even ask I had a question I wanted to ask you, but it kind of gives away a twist
Oh,
of the show.
I don't know.
Like I had a.
We promised.
Yeah, no, I know. I had a good question. But you know what? I haven't even continued watching on any of the others either that I was enjoying, like Good Girls,
No, I haven't,
Dead
but
to Me, I didn't finish.
I just found out that South Park has a new season, so that has been
Oh, really?
what I've been watching.
South Park's something I just go to like every 4 or 5 years,
Really?
and then I'll just binge everything in about a month or 2,
Yeah.
and then just do the same thing again in 4, because it's a lot at once, and then it's like, all right, I've you know, like it's very funny. It's very funny.
I get my news from South Park
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
because it's so fresh. Because they do one every week. They write it that week.
Have you seen that documentary? What
Yeah.
it-
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can actually just like find out what's happening in the world. And also like if you're doing any kind of jokes about topics, you got to check if South Park did it first because they did it better and they did it perfectly.
Yeah. I'd say South Park is, out of all the animated shows, it's definitely done the best. Like even better than The Simpsons.
Well, it's season 25, I think.
But it's still like that.
And it still feels fresh.
It's all good. And even when
Yeah.
you look back at the ones and you go, oh, that was very for that time. Like say when Trump was president, everything they're talking about was such a memorable thing anyway.
Yeah.
That everyone remembers that period in time and they're happy to relive it for 22 minutes.
Oh, so
You
good.
know, I think the latest ones I saw was, I don't know, but it was, there was like a Whole Foods in South Park and
Oh, yeah.
Randy was out with his little, Tegrity Farms.
Yeah, when they gentrified South Park.
Yeah,
The crap
yeah.
part of South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, so clever.
The only one is like Cartman. Like it's weird. Like I really liked Cartman when it first started, and I
Yeah.
still kind of do. But he's also just really annoying. And it's the same as The Simpsons. Like initially it was Bart, and then you're like, no, Bart's not that cool, really.
Do you reckon that's just you getting older?
No, even when I was a kid, like I quickly turned to Homer.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I liked Lisa.
of course you did.
Why?
I don't know because
She tries too hard. She has anxiety.
and glasses.
She plays a musical instrument.
Yeah,
I don't know why I would.
she's smart. Yeah, heaps of people like Lisa. I like Lisa too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but Homer's the funny one, and I think they caught on to that pretty quickly that he was going to be the big.
Yeah. I think what they got wrong though in The Simpsons for me is like in all the episodes when they do like future,
Are
like
you
Bart's,
listening to this, Matt Groening?
No, but like Bart's always a fuck up and Lisa's always successful. And I
Oh,
feel like
totally.
it would be the other way around because Bart's like charismatic and gets away with whatever he wants. And Lisa's like has trouble, and I just feel like Bart would be successful and Lisa wouldn't.
Yeah, that's true. Bart's always a bum and Lisa's always like president.
I just reckon it'd be the other way around.
She's like Leslie Knope.
Yeah.
Lisa.
Exactly.
Yeah, Lisa. Yeah. She's a good character. I mean, they all are. That's a show with a very rich, like, so many side characters. I was talking to Fatty about Seinfeld, and we were saying who's your best, like, satellite kind of character, because it's rare for shows to have, like, let's just stick with sitcoms. Some sitcoms struggle just to get the core cast dynamic right. You know, then you got these other shows where they got, like, with Seinfeld, you had like a Putty, Elaine's on and off boyfriend, or Peterman, her boss. Or
they're great.
You know what I mean? They weren't part of the cast, but they were in enough episodes that they were
in the world.
Yeah, and they were memorable and they existed. They got referenced. Or Kramer's friend, Bob Sacamano. Like, you know, you never saw the guy, but like he was someone, whereas other shows they can't even. But then something like The Simpsons, when you look, have you seen? I think there's a drawing of all the characters in The Simpsons, and every single one of them is so
a person.
Yeah, just so like such a defined character. Do you remember the one on the catchphrase episode?
No.
When it was like say the line, but I think initially it was I didn't do it. Like, and then there was like the I didn't do it dances, and then he tried.
Oh yes. I do remember.
That Wuzzle Wuzzle or whatever it was, that one. And then at the end, one of them said something about there's nothing wrong with being a two-dimensional character with a stupid catchphrase. But then they went through pretty much a lot of the characters in the show, and they all did their, because so many of them have catchphrases.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like Mr. Burns with his excellent, Homer with his, you know, like so many of them. Like, I feel like catchphrases in comedy. Matt O'Kine used to have a bit of a catchphrase in his stand-up.
Really?
Yeah. He used to always just say, "Are you cereal, bro?" Like when he was trying to...
Oh!
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't intentionally a catchphrase, but he said it and it was kind of unique.
I love that.
No, it was great. And said with his attitude, especially when he was talking over something so trivial like about a vacuum cleaner or something.
Yeah.
You know,
you need those sticky jokes though, like, right?
Yeah, but that was just such a memorable, like, say that 3 or 4 times in a 45-minute set, and you know what I mean? Like, it just kind of became like a run, and you don't see that too much anymore these days. What would your catchphrase be?
Well, I don't know what my catchphrase would be, but I did. I got a weird compliment from a bartender the other night.
What was that?
He recognised me from well, he didn't initially, but
from
eventually, he recognised me from drinking
from
a lot.
Order.
Yeah. Vodka soda in a tall glass. Yeah, but he goes, do you do a joke where you say you're a slutty little seagull? And I'm like, yes. And he goes, yeah, I call my girlfriend that, and it's our in-joke.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I'm like, that's awesome. Also, super, like, don't call your girlfriend that, but, like, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's very good.
That really made my day.
Were you awkward at all?
Was I awkward?
Yeah.
About what? The interaction?
Like the attention and the...
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always weird, isn't it?
Oh, don't give me a compliment if you want me to behave like a person. Absolutely not. I will prefer a roast any day.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same as being mean to me. It's quite funny. I did a gig a couple of weeks ago with Al in Bateman's Bay, and he did the gig in Parks. I think that he did the previous one.
Oh, the good one.
Yeah. But we always mess with each other, like, about either like how much we're getting paid for the gig, or like just each other's ability. Like, we always kind of poke each other, kind of thing. Like, he was asking me about TikTok, and I said to him, "Oh man," I think, you know, you just gotta, like, different types of stand-up work better on different kind of platforms. Like, I think TikTok's really good for short, like, punchy one-linery stuff and stuff that's not really longer than 20 seconds, whereas your stuff would be good for that. What's that app that people use when they can't go to sleep at night? So we got that kind of relation, you know what I mean? Like, he was really listening, like I was really serious.
Oh.
But anyway, like, I got to it, and because on the drive on the way down, I messaged about the accommodation, and like, he was just straight up honest with me about it.
Yeah.
He was like, no, you get your own room. You know, like, it's not bad. Like,
Yeah.
it's not the best, but it's not bad. You know, but you definitely get your own room. And I said to him, you really could have fucked with me there. And he said, "Oh no, we've been through too much." And I think it's so fascinating that we can mess with each other about money and
Yeah.
ability and anything else.
But accommodation.
But accommodation, like that's where the trauma
Yeah.
is. That's where the real trauma is in
trauma
common. The travel and the accommodation.
Oh, how good is that messing with people about money though? That is like my favorite things to do whenever I'm doing a terrible gig and someone's hosting, you just add $5 to how much the pay was.
Yeah.
So like say you're doing some terrible open mic you're hosting for $50. You just go, "Can you believe you only get paid $55 for this?"
Oh yeah, right. Oh, you should make it.
$55 and 2 free drinks. It's not worth it, is it? And they're just like their little face.
I like doing that too. The best one I ever did was bloody Stephen K. Amos, and it was in Montreal. And like I was just doing some Aussie showcase thing, and he was like he wasn't doing his own show there, but he was a big deal in Australia already.
Yeah.
Selling tickets, whatnot. But we got per diems.
Nice.
And you just got an envelope of cash when you got there, and it wasn't heaps, but it was nice, and anything. And I just remember, and we were walking somewhere, and I was like, "Yeah, I know, $2,000. That's insane." Like, did you get $2,000? Dave Jory was the king of that. Like we always used to. That's where me and him started that. Like with each other, it'd be like we'd talk about a gig, and it'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's not the best gig, but it's like an easy $600." And like that'd be the first thing. But then the follow up line would always be is like, "Oh, is that all they gave you?" And then it just kind of kept going from there. It's very funny. Some people don't like it though.
No, they hate it.
You know, it's like if someone gets off stage and you're kind of like, "Ooh."
Yeah. Tough beat, buddy. You'll get him next time.
How do you think it went?
Yeah. Oh, they were tough, weren't they? Never mind.
No, they're good. I mean, if they're all stiff and everyone has a hard gig, that's fine. But if everyone has a good gig and you don't, then you can't blame them.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what I find weird when people go, "They're fucked." And it's like, well, they like them, and them.
It's always my fault if the gig's gone badly.
Oh, of course.
It's always my fault.
Yeah, I always feel like it is.
Yeah.
Like your
Specifically
fault.
my fault, yeah.
It's your fault when my gigs go bad. On stage, I hear that laugh in the back of the room. It's like, don't laugh at the wrong spot.
Oh, come on. I'd kill to have my laugh during my set. Well, I mean, I do laugh during my set, but that's just to fill the silences.
No, you do have a good laugh. Look at this guy stretched out on the floor.
Aw.
Oh, I'm sorry that you can't see this. Yeah, you can check out the video. It'll be up on YouTube.
So cute.
I reckon we should probably we don't have any vetoes.
No.
We got nothing to gamble on this week. I think one of us really has to knuckle down and finish the thing. But we got that Patreon episode coming up next week, so
that'll be good.
That'll be up. So let's get going.
All right.
Well, thanks. Yeah, thanks for listening, and see you next time.
Bye.